So the question may come up from time to time, if you guys are putting cars together, why does it take so long to do a restoration project or do any type of custom work? Well, here's the honest truth to it. One of the big things I'm dealing with right now is the fact that I have an aftermarket wiring setup for this truck. This is a Dodge pickup, so they don't make a stock replacement wiring harness for it. So we are going with a quick wire setup. That's up here is the fuse box. This is a massive grouping of wires that need to go places, and I've already run a bunch of circuits. Now, why does it take so long? Well, every one of those wires, it's got to go somewhere, except for this giant bundle right here. This is a 22 circuit, so it's got a bunch of extras, which is fine. But every single wire has to go somewhere. It's got to be connected, and it's got to control or command something to turn on or off, or to turn a light on, or this, that, and the other thing. So what I'm currently dealing with is this is the pigtail that goes on the back of a stock dash. That's the stock dash that goes in this truck. Now we want all of the stock gauges to work. We want it to be stock appearing. So I have to figure out where every one of these wires goes, every one of those, using this awesome schematic for this truck. It actually lays them out. They're all color coded. Then I got to transfer all of those colors over to, what I do is I write everything down on the back here. And then those are the stock colors. I know where they go. Then I got to come up under the dash. And for this instance, come over here to the instrument cluster group. Then I got to figure out the color codes of those wires. And then I got to connect those colors to these colors that don't necessarily match. And you got to connect all this stuff up. So it takes hours and hours and hours of work to do. Currently, I am almost 24 hours into wiring. It's 3 days, 8 hours a day. And it just takes a really, really long time to do stuff like this. Now, thankfully, I have a customer that is very understanding, and the downfall is this is a Dodge, so they don't make as much stuff like they do for a Chevy or a Ford. So this is the only option that I have to do, or I have to deal with. So a lot of time invested into this stuff, but on the flip side of that, we know that when it's done, it's all going to be correct. You won't have to worry about any random issues with old wiring, maybe that has cut or chafed or touching ground or touching another wire. Everything's brand new, it's all in wire loom, and it's run to every circuit that it needs to control. So if you guys are going to get into a project, or if you've got somebody asking why does it take so long, this is how you got to explain it. 24 hours into wiring and I'm still not done. I don't mind it. It's work, keeps me busy. I actually like the challenge of wiring. So yeah, if you guys ever want to get into wiring, just remember it's going to take a very, very long time, especially if you're going to use stock appearing gauges or stock headlights, stock taillights, or stock column, stuff like that. It all just takes time because everything's got to be hooked up correctly, and you have to follow technically 2 different flow charts or schematics on how to wire everything up. So with that being said, we've got a mess of wires to deal with and a short amount of time. See you guys later.